I am aware, and I have participated.
You have, okay, see that's info right there, internet. How crazy is it that this show that you were a part of so many years ago still has such a life, and so it's going to continue to have a life online in video game form? Does this still blow your mind?
Every time I attend one of these, it blows my mind. I can't believe how strong we're still going and how many new fans we're adding after a decade of telling the story originally. I went and I did my part of the video game, and I gotta say, it has the Firefly heart. It has the soul. I really enjoyed it and thought they did a beautiful job with dialogue, and it really just got me right back into the old times. So I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
Yeah. So this is the way that people have been saying, bring Firefly back. Well, you did.
Another reincarnation, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and dive into some questions. Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hi. I was wondering what your favorite role was, and can I bring a cupcake up for you?
I'll eat donuts, cupcakes, cake, ice cream, and and mashed potatoes.
Did you bring enough cupcakes for everyone?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Well, yes, you can bring a cupcake up. But so, what was your favorite out of all the roles she's done?
Yes, out of all of them.
Well, I often am asked this question, and I never answer it directly because I feel like each role has been a special chapter in my life and has been the right role for me at the right time. And so I've tried to take something from each one, and I feel like I've been particularly blessed with great roles throughout my career. Really dynamic, complex, fun, empowered girls, and I guess for sentimental reasons, especially, Firefly would be my favorite family, because it was where I started and kind of where I learned how to act. So I would say that one has a special place, but I love them all for different reasons.
There you go. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there.
How did you get the role for Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Well, I tried to skip the audition because I just thought they'd want somebody totally different than me. In the third Terminator film, Chris Donna Loken was their idea of a female Terminator, and so I had that in my mind, and I thought they're just going to laugh at me. I'm not going to go. And then I told my mom, and she said, "You're going. Learn your lines and go." So I did, and it was one of those where I thought, okay, it'll be over, and I'm not going to let the embarrassment get to me, and then I just won't think about it ever again. And as soon as I walked into the audition, I saw Josh Friedman, the creator, and I hadn't read the details about who was producing it or anything because I just thought, it's not going to happen. So when I saw him, I thought, oh my goodness, I should have worked on my lines more. Because I love his work, I'm a huge fan. So I went for it, and I tried to just be myself, because you learn as an actor that you can't compare yourself too much or try to fit into a mold. You just have to kind of do your own thing with it. And sure enough, he liked it. And I think after that I tested for it, and it was just the right fit, and that's how I got the role.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi there.
My name's Jenny. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
I have to ask, was Knights of Badassdom as fun to shoot as it was to watch?
Well, I mean, look at the cast. I mean, when they sent me the script, I sent an email to Joss about it and said, "Do you think I should do it?" And he said, "Look at the cast." So I said yes, and then it was kind of like a summer camp slumber party. We shot in Washington State for the summer. It was all night shoots, and it was deceptively cold. But other than that, I was wearing my little Guinevere costume, and so I do remember being extremely cold for a month. And other than that, just a ton of laughs. And those guys are all at the top of their game in comedy, which was a really good stretch for me because I'm not as used to it, and I learned a lot, but it was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of badassdom, many of the roles that you have played have this balance of grace, but also being a badass and being very complex. And I think that extends even to sort of the villainous side of Isabel in Arrow. So is that a character that you would be interested in revisiting at some point?
I think Isabel was good for me because it was so different from anything I'd done before. When they sent me the script and the breakdown and said, "Would you like to play this character?" I thought, well, I'd like to be on the show, but I think you got the wrong character. And then I went in for my first fitting, and I thought, I'm in the wrong dressing room now. This is why they have me in heels and jewels, and I didn't know. I was uncomfortable. I'll be honest. I was uncomfortable. It's not unlike anything I've done before, where it's a sophisticated business movie. So it was really good for me. It took me a while to really feel like I was filling the shoes, and then I started to just really get into it. And by the end, when they let me, when they let me try on this alter ego, wow, that was just that felt really good.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It seemed like you could breathe a little bit better than Manu in his mask. You have a little bit more breathing room. Did you guys compare notes on Ravager and the Slade Wilson masks?
Absolutely. I did a little bit of complaining because those things, it's totally worth it because how often do you get to dress up like a supervillain?
Not often enough, in my book.
Not often enough. But I got an instant headache because the pleather, if you can imagine, the pleather, they want it to look seamless and like it fits you like a glove. But that takes a lot of work. So there's all these different straps and things that you have to shimmy into. And Val would actually have to grab the pants. My fiance would grab the pants, and he would lift me up off the ground and shake me into the and I would just stand there like. And then I would put the straps on. So then my shoulders would come down like this, and then I would have to try to look like a badass. So it was not easy. I would get a headache within 10 minutes. So I just used it.
Yeah, that's the villainous quality. When you're so uncomfortable, it's like that's why you're in a bad mood. All right, I think we left off. Hi, how are you?
I think it was his.
Oh, okay, cool. Hi.
Hey, Captain says we got a plan to shake the alliance off the border planets. We're going to occupy the Cortex in December. Can we count on you?
You can count on me, friend.
Hi there. Thanks for being so honest. I appreciate that.
I can't top that. Just out of curiosity, I've loved all the cameos that you've done, but I wondered, the cameo that you did on Big Bang Theory as yourself, was that particularly different?
It was so different because I'd never been on a sitcom set, and we were on the same lot as them. I was shooting Terminator at the time, and we were on the same lot, the same studio lot. And I remember then when they invited me to be on the show, Josh Friedman and a few of the other people from Terminator walked me over there like it was my first day of school. And sat with me through the read-through, and I was shaking because the way that they do everything is different than a drama series. Their schedule, the way that they rehearse, the way that they set up the sets is totally different. So I was really nervous, and then I just kept having these day nightmares about ruining takes by laughing, because when I'm nervous I laugh. And I was trying so hard to play it cool because they're supposed to, be excited to meet me. But it was really nerve-wracking. They were super sweet. But the other part of it is that they wanted me to be playing myself, but they wanted me to be funny. So I was like, guys, you gotta help me out here. And they wanted me to be a little more mean than I probably would have been in real life. I kept saying, I wouldn't, I'm putting myself here, so I know something about it, and I wouldn't react that way. They didn't care. They just wanted to be funny. So that was what it was like.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey there.
Hey, Summer, thanks for being here. My question is, I think everyone in the room here really appreciates what happened when the movie Serenity came out, just the fact that it was able to revitalize, this franchise. And my question is did you get enough closure out of that, or if and when a sequel is made, which we're all crossing our fingers it is, what story would you like to see unfold for the character of River?
Well, there's never closure, I don't think, for any of us, because we're a family, and I think that one of the main reasons why Firefly was so special in the first place is the way that Joss wrote the characters. They feel so they feel so filled out, so fleshed out, so real. And the way that our storylines are interconnected, there's just no limit to what you could do with these characters, what stories you could tell. So even though for me it was a huge opportunity to do Serenity, and I felt like Joss really let me, he put a lot of faith in me, because he wrote so much material for me in that film. It was a huge blessing, and I loved it. But of course I want more. And if there was ever a sequel, I always say, well, River needs a boyfriend, and she used to kind of like start her own business, like maybe crafting on Etsy, something sweet, something relaxing, while she's driving the ship.
So get away from the fighting.
Yeah, take a little break, embrace her feminine side, and, find a boyfriend. That's what I'd be into.
Either yourself or your castmates, was it easy slipping back into the voice for the video games based on what you've heard, or did it take a little bit of, getting used to it?
I was nervous when I walked in there because I thought I don't want to let them down, because they've written this and we want to feel like we're back there, and you never know how it's going to feel when you go back to doing a character. But as soon as I started reading the lines, it comes back. I've always found out with Joss's writing that I only had a page and a half when I first auditioned to play River. Only a page and a half of dialogue. There was no script. There was an outline that we read, but that's all it took. The way that the richness of the character was such that I felt instantly connected. And luckily, going back into that booth, everything came flooding back.
Yeah.
So.
Very nice. Hi there.
So you've done the voice of River again, and then you were also Supergirl, which was awesome. So is there a dream voice that you would like to do, like a Disney princess or something?
But one that occasionally beats up people, like is a good princess that can kick some butt, I think, right?
I loved Ariel, but I'm a terrible singer, so I don't think they're going to be lining me up to play any Disney princess. The process of doing voices is really fun and really different. When I first started acting, the language was by far the hardest part for me because I had grown up dancing, and dancing was comfortable for me because I was a pretty shy kid, and I liked that when I was on stage, I knew people were watching me, but I couldn't see them because it's dark. And so I felt like I'm getting to say something without having to say anything. And when I started acting, that was my biggest challenge. And I think that's why River was such a great role for me to start, to start my career with, because she wasn't a good communicator either. And I got to use the physicality as a bridge. So when I went into Supergirl, that was a while ago, and I struggled. But once I got into it, it was very liberating for me because the voice, using my voice to be the only way to communicate was, it was freeing. So I'd love to do more of it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
We only have time for a couple more questions, so if we can keep them nice and concise, I'd appreciate it. Yes, sir.
I'll be concise too.
I don't know why I keep looking at the screen.
It's so.
Well, yeah, first of all, I just want to say, wow, this is really loud, but you are the best female Terminator, like, in my opinion, like, I don't think there's a contest for that, so, and I was so sad when you showed it. Seriously. Yeah, and she actually took my Big Bang question, so I guess I'll freestyle one real quick. I actually, I'm a big fan of you and Lena Headey, and y'all two are like two of my top favorites, so I was so happy when y'all collabed in that, and I don't know if y'all still keep in touch or anything, but are y'all going to be working together anytime, so maybe on Game of Thrones or something? Because, I would love to see y'all together on the same screen again. That was great for me back in Summer-Glau.
I would love to, I'm writing a script for us right now. I saw her about a month ago, and she was like such an inspiration for me. The power that she brings in her characters, this kind of inner strength, is something that's harder for me to access in the same way. I admire her, and if you meet her in person, you'll see that that's just who she is. She's incredibly inspiring to me, and I would be thrilled to work with her again. I don't know if you're gonna see me on Game of Thrones anytime soon, but yeah, I would jump at the opportunity to do anything with her again.
You would have to play the one character that survives multiple seasons, which is pretty much no one in Game of Thrones. So, yeah. Hi there.
Hello. With how Josh Whedon has a tendency to bring actors he's worked with in the past onto new projects, does he give you a lot of warning before he does that, or is there just some insane phone tree where you say no, Allison Hannigan or Amy Acker are the next one?
I don't know, that would be a question for Joss. Of course, nobody ever says no, so first call, I'll be there.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi there.
So I've noticed that Nathan Fillion likes to reference Firefly in Castle. Do you ever try to incorporate any of that into your stuff, or would you be willing to, like, whenever you make an appearance on Castle? Just and kind of do a reference that.
Nathan hasn't invited me, and I hear he's invited some of the rest of the cast, hasn't he?
Yeah. All right, to the internet, people. Guest stars. Yeah, make that happen. Would you like to see her on Castle? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thanks again for coming to Austin. Just keeping this brief, there's a webcomic called XKCD complaining that action movies have too much dialogue. He proposed a movie called Rivertown Beats Up Everyone.
was thinking, there's not enough dialogue in action movies, but now that you're presenting this great new idea,
Call your agent. Let's make this happen.
I got a great new idea.
Yeah. And they don't even have to pay the writers on that one.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, real quickly. Hi.
Hi, how's it going? I loved you in the Terminator, by the way. Who did you like fighting against? Was it Lena Headey or one of the guys in Terminator?
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all in on the truth. Girls are much tougher to fight on camera than men because men want to be gentle and women want to prove that they can throw down. So, and then I don't want to hurt the other girl that I'm fighting with, but the boys, it's like I'm aimed for the head, so. And it's a very different experience, and I will say that fighting actors is much harder than fighting stunt guys. Stunt guys just know how to give you a soft landing, but again, actors are just, they want to prove that they're tough, so.
Yeah.
I would definitely say if you're going to do a fight scene, write it with a guy.
Well, so far there hasn't been any fight scenes in Sequestered, has there? So on Crackle, this video streaming service, I kind of wonder, like, what if Firefly were to, take place now and were to be streamed on a Netflix or a Crackle or Hulu or whatever? Do you think have you ever given any thought about the life that it would have if it came out now during the age of Twitter and all that?
I think about that all the time. I can't believe, just in the short time that I've been an actress, how much the industry has changed. And I often think about if Firefly came out now, what a different experience it would be. But it's so magical and special the way that it worked out, the fan base that we ended up with, and the story that ended up telling by making the movie. But I don't know if I would want to change it, because it's been such a blessing for all of us who were a part of it. But things have definitely changed a lot. And I wanted to also tell y'all that I did a collaboration with Wired magazine, who I love, and I did a short webisode series with them called Jeff 1000 that's scheduled to come out, I believe, mid-November.
Oh, cool.
And I'm getting more into the internet releases. It's a really, really fun, fresher way for us to get content out.
Yeah.
So Sequestered was an amazing experience, and they're loving that. I hope that you'll check it out. It's on Crackle, and then Jeff 1000 will air on Wired Magazine's website and then other outlets afterwards. So it's really fun. It's a funny.
Yeah, certainly allows creators to create when they can stream it like that.
Yeah.
I think a guy named Joss Whedon did that with some sing-along blog or something. You guys should check it out if you ever heard. Okay, final question. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. Hi, Summer. Hi. My question, I blanked. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
What? Right back here where I belong.
And on that note, Austin, please show your love and appreciation for Miss Summer-Glau. Firefly continues, and hopefully we'll see her more on Arrow. Austin,